Welcome to episode 15 of the Sweet Nature Cruisecast. Hi, I'm Linz. As always, I'm joined by Marky.
Hello.
Hello. And today we're talking to a couple of Virgin Virgins following their Virgin Voyage. But first, a little mood music.
What did you think to this week's mood music?
Well, it got more virgin-y at the end, I feel.
You see, I was going to go like really Virgin Ibiza clubby type thing
Okay.
for the mood music,
Yeah.
but I couldn't find any that I liked. So
Okay, well, we're still looking.
we'll keep
Shall we
going with
introduce our
special guest.
Yeah, and then they can give us their verdict on your music.
Absolutely. Do you want to introduce them?
Yes. I'd like to
Go for it.
introduce Sail With Gail and Mike. Hello, Gail and Mike.
Hello.
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 We made it.
You did. Thank you for joining us.
Our pleasure. Absolute pleasure.
It's a week after the cruise that was.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it's not even a week yet.
is it not a week?
No, we were
No, it's not.
It's Monday, isn't it? No,
Monday.
it's not on there this time last week.
Yeah.
Well,
Good grief.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
time flies.
Oh,
It
Lost a few
absolutely
brain cells along the way, haven't we? I think that's...
yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, as you said, today we're talking about
Mm-hmm.
a Virgin's
Yes.
first experience on Virgin Voyages.
Yes.
And to be fair, we met a lot of them on
We did.
this one out of Portsmouth. With it being a 4-nighter out of the UK,
Yes.
a lot of people have thought, let's get on it. And it was bank holiday weekend,
Yeah.
which helped as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm really keen to know, because obviously for us, we've been on Virgin quite a few times. We've talked about it on the podcast
Yes.
before. I'm really curious as to what it was that prompted Gail and Mike to take sort of the jump into the Virgin bit. And I'm curious as to what you think it is that makes Virgin such a different cruising experience that makes people a little bit concerned as to whether they should go on it or not.
Well, do you want to go first? Because I was all very much for it, and Gail was very much like jury was out.
Well, I wasn't against it. For me, the press that I'd read about it, and also I don't particularly like the look of the top deck, the very small pools. I'm a sunshine girl. So we came to an agreement that we'd go on this 4-nighter because chances are we wouldn't get much sun. Actually then, because Mike wants me to always go and do stuff in the day, and I'm like, no, the sun's out. So we said, yeah, we'll do this one. Probably not going to be sunny. We can go and eat all the food that we've heard about that we now know is amazing.
Yes.
And then just really have a 4-nighter, and then if we like it, we'll do a longer one.
Yeah.
Maybe Ned or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was that documentary came up a few years, did lots of damage, I think, to the brand. But
I'm not a big fan on the cruise documentary series.
No,
I've seen what Princess Regent did it. No matter how good the cruise ship is,
Yeah.
the documentary makers, it's the nature of what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
Are looking for salacious, are looking for things that,
They're looking
that
for
are good on
beauty.
TV. If it was just really boring and everyone having a good time and happy, then it don't make for good television. So they're looking for that more
Yes.
sort of salacious
Yeah.
side.
Which has put so many people off. Probably a lot of people have been put off Virgin for a few years, haven't they? And now they're listening to other people go and thinking, oh, let's just try it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what we've done. So.
Yeah, on our Facebook group at the weekend, I put a question on about would you consider doing Virgin Voyages, and lots of people referenced that documentary.
Yeah, I bet.
Just put me off.
Yeah.
I think it was they say all publicity is good publicity, but I think it turned lots of people off not even just trying it. Virgin,
Yeah.
very much like massively. It was like our weekend cruise, just like on steroids, wasn't it?
Yeah.
People think it's like that all the time. It's not, is it? I don't
No, not at all.
think that 4-night experience we had was a full, true representation of Virgin either. It was just
I absolutely want, and we will definitely come back onto that because that was such a sort of a snapshot feel of what Virgin's like at a very intense bit. But having cruised with them quite a few times, we can say that's not normal. Elements of it are normal.
Yeah.
but not
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Yeah.
Going back to sort of the documentary, and Sally, what you were saying, Gail, about probably not being as keen to do it. And we hear that a lot from couples, don't we? There's one who's always, yeah, I'd give it a go, and the other one goes,
No.
not entirely sure. Having watched that documentary, what was it, apart from the pool and the top deck that you perceived was a bit small or not as good compared to others, what was it that put you off? What was the sort of preconceptions you had about Virgin?
Just the whole vibe of it, that we were too old, really.
Yeah.
But just everything. It was just like, it was just way down on my list of ones we want to sail on, and it was way up on yours. It was a compromise that actually happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was just so happened with these couple of short ones, it was a great one to try.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also having a chance to meet you guys, that was a bit.
Thank you.
We were
I
going
mean-
to Apex the same weekend. That was going to be our
Yes, it was. Yeah.
So Gail was all more for doing Team Apex,
I bet.
Team Resilient Lady, mate.
Yeah.
We had quite a few members of the Facebook group who were on Apex as well, didn't we? People for that weekend who were going on cruises were pretty much split 50-50.
Yeah.
And we couldn't really moan about people going on Apex when we give it really good reviews and said, awesome it was.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah.
but
We've
a
got
very,
women,
very,
have we? So we were quite keen to
Oh,
edge class.
yeah.
So
definitely worth trying.
Yes,
definitely
definitely.
going to be trying it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for certain.
We
We
were booked on Apex in COVID, weren't we? But
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's made the season. Yeah, a bit the dust. We got a great deal.
Oh, no.
You have to catch.
I'm sure you'll eventually get on
Yeah.
all of the edge
Yeah.
class ones.
Yeah.
So once you decided you were going to go on the cruise, did you have any sort of further worries that have we made a mistake on this? Or were you like, okay, we booked it, let's get excited, and then did you start sort of researching it and ignoring the documentary a bit more?
I was excited to go, and then started reading about having to take my pajamas, having and all that. And I'm thinking, oh my God, all these things, is it going to be for us? And particularly with me not being a drinker, it is sometimes difficult when everybody does drink.
Yeah.
It sort of puts you off when you're that kind of person, because you can only watch people drinking.
She doesn't not drink. She'll have a drink, but she'll make
Yeah.
it last for like 2 hours.
Are you saying she's a cheap date, Mike?
Yeah.
She's very yeah. I'm so lucky. Yeah.
I really do wish I liked to drink, because, I see everyone having a better time than me. It just doesn't go down well, unfortunately.
No.
I've been married to Gail for how many years now?
You should know.
33.
Yeah.
30.
Wow.
I've
Yeah.
never seen her drunk.
Really?
Never seen her even halfway to being drunk. Honestly.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can honestly say I have seen Lindsay sober.
When was that?
1990.
Yeah.
I am
Yeah.
sober.
You're sober now?
Well,
With your glass of wine in your hand.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you the same question.
what's that?
Because when we decided, because we, as much as people are always surprised when we say this, we weren't keen on going on Virgin initially.
It was the beds for me.
I was going to say,
Alright.
what was it for you that put you off?
It
Well,
was
the layout. The layout of the bed.
yeah. Well, it was a sofa, and then it turned into a bed, and I was really concerned. The reason being is I sleep on my front. Mark will say that's weird. I think it's perfectly normal. And I was like, I don't know what I think about sleeping on a sofa. I'm not sure I can do
Well, you
that.
saw it as a sofa bed, didn't you?
I can snooze on a sofa. I can't sleep on a sofa because I sleep on my front. So I actually messaged.
It's more of a sofa
Yeah,
than a nice mattress.
exactly. Yes. So I
Right.
actually messaged Ben and David, and I said, this is way before we even started the channel.
Oh, yeah, way before, because
And,
Virgin were first.
yeah.
did.
And I said, guys, I'm really concerned about the sofa beds. And they were like, don't worry about it. It's really, really comfy.
Well, they'd been on that mid-year press
Trip.
one.
Yeah.
It was the only cruise that Virgin had ever done
Yeah.
before the pandemic hit.
Yeah.
Passengers never went
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah.
So it were very limited audience as to who you could actually ask.
Yeah.
You'd
So-
find someone who'd been on that, and there were
Yeah.
like 500 people.
Yeah. So then he was like, oh, well, there's some really good pricing. This is for just post-pandemic. And the first cruises back. And I'm still not sure. He went, I've got a solution. I've booked us at Seriously Sweet.
Yeah.
So our first time on a Virgin ship was in Rockstar.
All right.
Lovely.
Which then it wasn't that conversion bed then.
It wasn't. It was a proper bed.
Proper bed.
Proper big king-size bed.
So we set the bar pretty high then.
Well,
But the pricing at that point
it was so good.
ridiculous.
We can't get back in there
It was
now.
only, I think, 3 nights that we did on that first one.
3 or 4, yeah.
3 or 4,
yeah.
And I think for the Rockstar Suite at that time, it was maybe £800 for the 2 of us
Wow, that's good, isn't it?
for 3 or 4 nights.
You can't get that a night now, I don't think. So,
It was just very, very cheap for all good value, not so cheap.
no.
But yeah, for me, I were kind of with Gail in that I thought it was going to be a Club 1830 type holiday, because that's how they'd advertised it, the early stuff that they were putting.
They can say what they want. That's how they pitched.
They definitely pitched it that this was a young person's cruise and it was like Ibiza at sea.
Instagram was
Yeah.
Instagram.
And then they realise that they do not have this disposable income to...
Yeah, that no 18 to 30-year-olds can afford like sort of money to go on a 7-night cruise.
Yeah.
So all the original cruises as well were all short cruises, 3 and 4 nights, including from US. And then I think after about a year, they were like, okay, that's maybe the market.
Yeah.
And whilst we've collectively just done a 4-night one, that's now not their...
It's their bread and butter one, but they are looking at...
The ones that are becoming increasingly.
Yeah.
Because our next Virgin one that we've got booked, 16 nights.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Which, it's not until March 26, but that'll be a fascinating one, because it'll be... You couldn't go as heavy as we all...
Oh, I'd be dead.
For those 4 nights. And you just... Yeah, we'd have to be down in the IV room on a drip.
You'd want to go to bar tab or loot, wouldn't you?
Oh, my goodness.
I'll probably empty my bank account.
It'd be... you couldn't do it because you just
can't keep
You'd be destroyed. You'd be destroyed.
And it'll be really interesting to see how they sort of change the entertainment and the focus for everything, because that 4-night one was focused on everyone having a good time.
Yeah.
Whilst you have a good time, it's in a different way on the other one. So it'll be really interesting to see them.
Mm.
So, having now been on the Virgin Voyages cruise for the first time, were any of the concerns that you had justified? Were any of it worse than you thought?
Only in the manner.
Only in the manner. Yeah.
Obviously, that isn't my cup of tea. But
No.
I've said, if on any cruise ship as a club disco, if you don't want to go in it, you don't have to. So
No,
you don't.
exactly. Yeah.
And I know, like we've discussed, that the pajama party would have been great out on the deck, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Probably a different kind of night. So, yeah, I that was the only thing that really wasn't for me. I'm not a nightclub kind of person.
I think this week it was outside, wasn't it? On the
Was
subject.
it? Oh.
Yeah, I've seen some vlogs already, and the project was outside.
Oh, nice.
We've never managed to have a pajama party outside yet.
Yeah.
No.
Or maybe on your next one. So apart from the manner, everything else I enjoyed.
Yeah.
Really. The entertainment, we didn't see all the entertainment we wanted because we got on late the first day, didn't we? But the couple of things that we did get to see, really enjoyed them.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Mind Mangler, we saw him. Have you seen that one?
Oh, yes. Yeah. Yeah.
My Mangler.
Yeah.
We saw the one on the last night that you recommended to us.
It's a misbehaved show.
So we just about got in there just as it started. So that was fab.
That was, yeah.
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 The entertainment on there, I mean, as far as we've talked about it on reviews before, but as far as I'm concerned, it is the best entertainment at sea. There are other cruise lines that do the big Broadway spectacular, Royal Caribbean and Disney in particular.
Yeah, Royal Caribbean.
Do them incredibly well.
Big budget.
Yeah.
But when you look at that full ship-wide entertainment,
Yeah.
I don't think there's anyone to compare to them.
I mean, they still have a lady in a sparkly dress, singing standards, but it's all with a Virgin flair to it.
Twist to it, yeah.
Yeah. They
still have bingo.
They still have bingo.
It's just done as a drag act with a lot of humour.
Yeah. Did you see any pineapples in the wild?
Well, there was plenty of pineapple goers on that for 100%. No, we didn't actually physically see any, did we? not on the doors and stuff, and the
No.
magnet. And I didn't see any of that, but there was definitely, it was a talk of the ship. I was in the galley on the last morning, and some guy went, "Oh, we met a lovely couple from Canada last night." And his mate went, "Oh, right, what more happened?" He said, "Oh, we spent all night in the cabin with them. We had loads of fun." But he was shouting it loud.
Oh my goodness.
I just think he was doing it for a laugh.
Yeah.
I think it was the general sort of theme of the ship. It was quite good actually.
You spent some time in the cabin with cruise boys and cruise monkeys and left me in the corridor.
You see,
the Moet.
just to put this into context, we all started in that cabin. There were about 12 of us, as well as
I was evicted.
Stuart and...
I don't know why. I don't know why I'm so different.
And you weren't evicted. You went, "I'm going to go get my own champagne."
Right.
And so I left the room
And then you
to
forgot.
go get... I didn't forget about you. I was just
Was that
tired.
the first night? Was that on the first date?
No, that was the second night.
Or was
We
it?
were going into Amsterdam, wasn't it?
Yeah. The
All
second
right,
night.
mate.
But yeah. But I mean, going back to your pineapple thing,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's one of those big common myths. Not that it's untrue,
Mm.
but that's exaggerated online and on TV and
Yeah.
on Facebook groups that, if you're going on there, every room's going to have a pineapple on. Everyone, that it's all, without sounding crass, in your face. And it's really not.
No.
Not whatsoever.
No.
We saw one pineapple on a door.
We did.
A little tiny magnet, only very small.
Yeah, but it was definitely upside down.
Definitely upside down.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't see it.
That's part of the reason that puts people off as well.
Yeah.
Because people
Yeah.
believe that that it's this party cruise, that it's for people with certain sort of lifestyles. And I mean, Gail just talked about the nightclub and the manor. That manor, and you could see it in our first vlog on it, is really packed when it were busy, because normally that would be on the top deck where there's room for like 500 people.
Yeah.
It was really hot in there, wasn't
It's so hot.
So warm, warm in there.
And getting a drink was like, to the bar and back was just like,
Yeah, you had to sort of fight your way through, didn't you? It's like,
yeah.
It's not as an enjoyable experience as it is, I would imagine, outside, because as I imagine, because I haven't done it. But you could have gone to plenty of other places that evening, even at that time, like
even in your pajamas.
on the pajamas, because people are around,
See,
all the other bars.
As you know, we came down to see.
Yeah.
We were like, we didn't want to put them on. And then was like, oh, they're in the jammies. So yeah, even when we were walking around, there was still loads of people in them. So it was great. And I think probably more so because we were all so late getting on.
Yeah.
Probably like, can't be bothered getting dressed tonight.
No, I was putting my pajamas on. Yeah.
It worked well, didn't it? It was
definitely
to enjoy.
Do you think that was the biggest take up of the PJs on any of your Virgin cruises?
It would probably similar on Resilient, wasn't it, last year?
Yeah, because I was on.
That were in Athens. Yeah, so even in Athens, where it was 30 odd degrees, on the day that we were coming out on that first day, it started raining.
So we still didn't have.
So we still didn't get it, even in Med at that time of year. But I think that were probably similar at that point. But compared to the first couple of ones, hardly anyone were in them on those ones.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's like Scarlet Night.
Yeah. It's almost like a shipwide thing now.
You would feel out of place. I think you just feel as out of place not getting dressed up for Scarlet Night as you would on Queen Mary 2 not getting dressed up on one of Formal Nights.
Yeah.
Because that is the closest that they have to a formal night, where there is an expectation now.
Yeah.
Not just to put a bit of red on.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you need to make an effort for this night.
Yeah.
And even that everybody just wore what they wanted. Like I put a dress on, you had a t-shirt on. People wore what they felt comfortable in. It wasn't like on a normal cruise line where you feel like, you've got to get your dicky bow on and everyone wore what they're comfortable in, whether it was a tracky bottom or a posh dress.
That's one of the big pluses for us about the whole thing was there's no one judging anybody.
No.
No one's looking anyone up and down. It's very much like just come as you are. And
exactly. If you want to go,
wherever the saying is.
Exactly. Yeah. If you want to go to dinner in your t-shirt and your shorts, no problem.
Yeah. They don't let you wear flip-flops in the restaurant.
Well, I think that's a health and safety.
Yeah. But other than that, that's pretty much where they draw the line, isn't it? As long as you're covered.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you Did you like the food then? I know you liked
Oh my
extra
God, the
virgin.
food was just like, I've never known it. I don't know how Virgin can churn out so many top quality plates of food across the ship as they do. Even in the galley,
Yeah.
and the dock and the other places, we just thought everything we ate was really like elevated. It was awesome.
Yeah.
You made a really interesting comment on the live, I think it was yesterday, when you were talking about Sir Samuel's.
Oh, it was with Tom and Dom on Tom and Dom.
I knew it was alive. You felt that the wake was far superior, which is included to Sir Samuel's.
Yes. I had pretty much exactly the same menu.
Yeah.
So I can compare both quite comfortably. And it was just head and shoulders.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with the Cunard stuff, but the Cunard meal was really good.
Yeah.
It was better.
Yeah.
And included.
The atmosphere in there was better. I mean, we did go on the last night on Queen Anne, so it could have been a little bit quieter. But in the wake, the atmosphere was really nice.
Yeah. It feels like you're in a really she restaurant in this big city, doesn't it? Yeah.
I also think the waiters and the staff in the restaurants, they're just so passionate about.
Yeah.
I mean, without exception, we thought, or maybe on Extra Virgin on the first night, the girl was amazing who served up. I thought, well, we were lucky getting there, and then we went to and they were great, and then we went away.
Yeah.
Across everywhere we ate, we had the same experience, didn't we?
Yeah. I got into trouble in the dock for getting my own cheese box.
Oh, we heard about that. Yeah.
I got into trouble.
With
the waiter, because I wanted some of the blue cheese that's in the takeaway fridge.
Yeah.
So I went off to get some, and he's like, "Where are you going, ma'am?" I'm going to get some cheese, and he's like, "I'll get it." I'm like, "No, it's fine. I'm here. Look, I'm getting it." He's like, "I'll get it." I'm like, I'm doing it. And he was very cross with me.
All right.
For getting the cheese box.
He wanted to deliver it.
Yeah. And then he wheeled the little trolley over then, if you remember. And
he did.
Yeah.
Well, you then asked if you could get some of the feta cheese.
That's in the Mediterranean gin and tonic.
In the tonic, yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a cheese bunny.
We saw the vlog last night.
Oh.
So very good.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good.
There's so many bits of it. Lindsay keeps going, "No, I don't remember that.
Don't remember.
No recollection of it.
No, remember. I saw Luke and Gavin's, the Cruise Monkeys, little highlights reel. I don't know if you've seen that yet.
Yeah.
And we come out of the room. Then we're near the little hobby horsey things, the carousel horses. No recollection. I don't even remember how I got into the wake on that night. I don't remember.
You're having conversations with people.
Don't remember how I got there. Apparently I was hugging and kissing people as I went through the wake.
I'll believe that.
I just no idea. So yeah. So in conclusion, food very good.
I'm going to bounce that back to you a little bit.
Oh,
so that's their first experience of food on Virgin.
Yes.
We've now been on it 4 times.
Yeah.
Is your opinion of it still as high as one
for the food?
Time? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I love it.
Is there anything you'd like to see change? Because it's pretty much the same as when we first went on it.
It is pretty much the same. You see, there are gun bay. I could take or leave that. It's not.
You've got to have the right table.
You've got to have the right table. And also,
you're not a massive fan of Extra Virgin.
I like the Affogato station. I've got to say, I love that.
Yeah, I had that.
That's amazing.
It's my favourite restaurant.
Yeah,
we saw that on yours.
I think the time we were in, it wasn't as good as before times.
Yeah.
So last time, so you always judge it on the last one that you went.
Yeah.
Don't you?
Well, that's it. You see, this time we went into Pink Agave.
Love Pink Agave.
And that we now rank that as our favourite restaurant on board.
And we never got to go. We never got.
Yeah.
I wish we had a couple of more days on board because we just
needed on the cruise now, don't we, to try the cruise?
Yeah. Will you rebook?
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Don't know when. Might slip it in next year. I don't know.
There's some good Scarlet Lady ones, isn't there? Next year.
They're out of the UK. They're not.
Yeah.
They're not.
Is that the one that's doing northern France and Spain, the 6 nights?
Yeah, it is doing that, but there's Barcelona.
One.
Out of Barcelona, med ones.
Yeah, obviously we've got it booked where we're going out of Miami in 18 months' time, but I would like to do a Caribbean one.
Yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be fun.
Would be, yeah. Caribbean.
Well, that's pretty much how they were pitching it originally.
Yeah, but with all Caribbean cruises, I end up feeling worse when I get back because of the flight. If I could,
of course, yeah.
If I could,
and alcohol, Mike. You were right with where you were thinking.
If I could cruise back, I'd be fine. I think if I could work it out so that I could go to the Caribbean, then fly up to New York and out of New York. Yeah, exactly. That would work for me.
Queen Mary 2 back.
Yep.
That'd be perfect. We'll get back.
Yeah. There you go.
So, question then about Virgin.
Okay.
Having all of us been on it.
Yeah.
We've got a convo in the room.
We do.
Do you think that Virgin is for every cruiser? If not, who is it for?
No, I don't think it's for everybody. It's definitely not for my 80-year-old parents.
There was an 80-year-old in the Misbehaved show.
That's where we were on it. 82 he was.
Yeah,
because my mum and dad do transatlantics every year.
Yeah.
And then they'll come back the other way.
Wow.
The mid-80s.
And they're in 83 and 84. And I've looked at some of them and I thought, I wonder whether they'd go on it, whether it'd be okay. But no, I definitely wouldn't put.
You don't think it's
like £100 a night? You put them on it? Definitely not. So I think you've got to be young at heart, haven't you?
Yes.
Your dad is.
Oh, my dad.
I think your dad would buzz on it. He's a bit more reserved, a bit like Gail. Bit more.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you've got to be young at heart, haven't you? I know the age is average 55, they reckon. But, you know.
I think you're probably older on this cruise.
I don't think so.
You don't?
No.
But I know that's what Virgin put out, that the average age is now 55 on it.
55, yeah.
It's such a massive... Again, it's that preconception thing, and including from the show, where he's pretending, or people are perceiving it as being at that younger age.
Yeah.
And the reality is, as Gail absolutely said, it's just us older folks that want to have fun.
Yeah.
Now you make that sound weird.
I'm going to say girls that want to have fun are going to go into a Cyndi Lauper.
Don't do that. Please don't do that. Please.
Is there anything... I mean, I've touched on this for you for the food, so I'll start with you and then I'll go to Gail and Mike. Is there anything you'd like to see Virgin change now? Because we've got Brilliant Lady coming out next year, back in the next year. Is there anything you want to see different to... and also when Scarlett goes in for a refit, what would you like to see them alter?
The roundabout Scarlet night bit. With the like little wedding and everything and the forced fun bit.
Yeah, I think that's an easy bit to change. That's just an entertainment change, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's what I want to change. You asked me what I want to change.
You don't want to change any restaurants?
I do want to change restaurants.
Anything in the spa?
Oh, the spa's silly. But they're not a hot tub fan. They're not a jet hot tub fan at Virgin.
They're not. Well, if you're outside of Richard's rooftop, none of the hot tubs have bubbles in them.
No.
The big round one does at the back.
But they're more like it for going for a current. And that's for different reasons, which I feel this is not a late night podcast, so we can't really talk about why.
We could do a late night version at some point.
Maybe.
Should do, yeah.
Maybe.
Definitely.
I can already hear the intro music.
Oh my God. Anyway, so yeah, there are a few things, but I still love it.
I'd like to see the restaurants get a refresh for definite.
And the menus.
And the menu. I think the menus, that's an easy one for them to refresh.
Yeah.
But to refresh it and still keep it that quality.
Yeah.
That's a different thing.
Because if you want people to come back and on a 7-nighter, you'll do one of most of those restaurants once. You come back next time, you do want to see something different, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's easy when I think if you're just doing it once, if you've done it twice, because even if you're doing the 7-night ones, you can go in the restaurant. The menus are big enough. They're not small menus where you can have different stuff and it won't be a problem. But if you've done a couple of longer ones, couple of transatlantic, then you probably are going to have tried most of the stuff that you want to try at that point. And
I think with all the ships being identical across the fleet,
Yeah.
it'd be nice to have some
A little bit
variation,
of difference,
maybe from
definitely.
ship to ship. I've heard a rumour about on Scarlet after the refit, Razzle Dazzle getting changed into an Asian restaurant. I've heard that.
Oh, been there.
yeah, I've heard the same rumour for that.
Yeah. So whether, I mean, what are your thoughts on Razzle Dazzle?
We really like it. We didn't used to like it.
I liked it for brunch, but some of the dishes can be quite dry.
Yeah.
The Razzle Dazzle by night,
Oh, that's fun.
which is a different menu,
Yeah.
is fantastic.
Yeah.
It genuinely is one of the best menus on.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Because we
Yeah,
want
yeah.
to brunch.
Yeah. Yeah.
They have some fantastic bit. But again, that was that bit of this is all a meat-free area.
Yeah.
The first did it, and that's what people still think of it.
Yeah.
And at night, it really is.
No, not at all.
Fantastic. What would you guys like to see changed, like based on your first experience?
Well, God, I mean, it was all so good. I mean, how do you improve it? I mean, changing it, yeah, maybe bring an Asian restaurant somewhere, or maybe a Chinese.
That'd be good. Yeah.
A Chinese option, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's the big tick for Virgin is the food, isn't
Yes.
it? Most people.
Yeah.
So why do you want to change it so much? It's working it to
Yeah.
success. But I think with them being 4 identical ships, like I said before, it'd be nice just to
That's it.
change things up a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I couldn't fault the food, so
No.
why would I want to change anything really? And we didn't try it all, did we? We didn't do Gumpy,
No.
and we didn't get to Pingagarvey either. So they're probably two of your, well, Pingagarvey's your favourite.
Did you have an ice cream?
Few, yeah.
Yeah.
And the pizzas as well. I mean, there's just so much.
Oh, the pizzas are so good, aren't they?
I mean, because
So
every
good.
other ship you go on, you sort of go up and there's a pepperoni and a margarita.
Yeah, yeah.
Or they might have a tweak one night, but there you just sort of go and pick
Yeah.
your own, and
Yeah.
it's just really good
Yeah.
experience, isn't it?
And-
Everything about it, they've just really thought the food out.
Yeah.
The only thing I would change would be top deck. I think there's a lot of wasted areas of stuff that, okay, you might go on the seesaw once and
Yeah.
take a photo.
Yeah.
The punch bags or the boxing,
Yeah.
all that type of
Yeah.
thing.
Think they could
Yeah.
get rid of quite a bit of that and have a little bit more nicer outside spaces, maybe a little plunge pool.
That kind of, yeah.
Yeah, at the back maybe, so you
Yeah.
don't have to go in those pools.
No. Did you like that all these soft drinks were included?
Yes.
Yes.
Was a big
I
tick.
don't think there's another cruise line that does that, is there? Of a mainstream.
No.
No, I don't think so.
No, and to be fair, before we got on, I just thought it was in the galley where
Yeah.
we'd just have the soft drinks. They have all the carbonated, but it was only when we went to get a drink, and I went, oh, well, I'll just have a lemonade or something, and there was no charge for it. I didn't
Yeah.
realize it was behind the bars, the main bars as well. So yeah, that's good. I mean, the Wi-Fi being included, because we're going on Princess, and it's literally 280 quid
Jeez.
for one.
Yeah.
One device, yeah.
One
Oh
to
my goodness. Yeah.
2 weeks, so
Yeah.
when you compare to what they're giving you included,
You get a lot for your money, don't you?
You do. You do.
do.
It's
It's
the
not
headline price. The headline price looks pricey, and then when you break down what you're getting and everything,
Yeah, it's
It's definitely comparable in pricing to Princess when you add the bits back onto it. And I think it's probably cheaper like for like than Celebrity. But is for me great value.
yeah.
and I think the main drinks prices, because we've just been on Cunard, obviously that's in our minds of how much his wine was
Yeah.
costing on there.
the bar prices were reasonable.
Yeah.
On bit,
Yeah.
yeah. So
And they're generous with the measures as well.
Yeah.
they are. Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So we just couldn't. I'm still buzzed off it. We had a few more days on there really.
Oh.
It's always the next time, isn't it?
Any other thoughts on Virgin?
Mhm.
Anything else you guys want to sort of say about it?
There's only one thing I'd say. The booking of the food, the restaurant's 45 days out.
Yeah.
I think that gets people stressed, and I know
It does.
they say in the end, oh, there's only 20% or 30% allowed to be booked. They should just let a lot more, or tell people, because we only found that through the
Yeah.
Facebook and stuff like that. And
That it
people
was.
were dead stressed. I mean, I was up
Yeah.
at 5 o'clock, wasn't I? In the
Oh, bless you. Yeah.
We did it while he was snoozing. But yeah, it is a stressful thing, isn't it, when you first go on the first time? So I think
Yeah.
you either let people know that the percentage, or just let people book in advance if they want
Yeah,
it.
I completely agree with you. We didn't book a single restaurant this time.
You just walk.
Just walk up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what was your average wait? Were you waiting, or did you have to wait much, or peak times?
No, I mean, when 10 of us turned up at the wake, we had to wait about a minute.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We did steal.
We did steal Tristan and Justin's table, yeah.
Yeah, we did, yeah.
To be fair, they said they weren't going, so
We did, yeah.
not our fault they decided to turn up then.
No.
We shared a table.
Yeah, we're lovely. We're lovely.
And the service was good for 10?
Yeah.
No.
Shall we move on to some news stories?
Yes, please.
News story number 1. And as Northerners, we might agree with this or we might not.
Okay.
Royal Caribbean this week gave away free Wi-Fi on a 7-night Western Med from the Rome, so that people could book the Oasis concerts.
Yeah, I'm sure they got.
All right. Okay.
I'm sure they got booked.
Yeah.
Good old Starlink then.
Yeah. I'm not sure how many people were trying to book it at that point.
Well, it's a nice little story.
It got them a lot of good free press. But is it set, because obviously Wi-Fi on there, like with other ones, like you said with Princess and others and Royal especially, is expensive for their good internet connection.
Good connection, yeah.
Are they now setting expectation for any time there's a major concert? So when Taylor announces her next
No,
concert,
this is not a Tailor of the Seas.
there is no rest.
So no.
Okay, so until they do Tailor of the Seas, then
Tailor of the Seas or Fleetwood Mac of the Seas, I don't feel it's going to be a problem.
I also don't see Fleetwood Mac reforming that.
ABBA of the Seas.
There's Voyager of the Seas. That's what ABBA's concert's called, isn't it?
I don't know.
I might be wrong on that.
I think you might be right, actually.
Okay.
So no, you don't have to worry about that.
Were you after tickets for Oasis? Were you into them or not?
No, we liked Blur, but we're going to get a lot of
Don't say that. We remain impartial. We also like Oasis and lots of other bands from the north and the south of England.
And Gorillaz, we like them.
Yeah, we do. So,
Gorillaz are great, yeah.
No, I liked a lot of Oasis songs. But I won't dive in I don't really dive for any concert tickets. It's not.
I said them these days, go and see live bands.
You can go for a cruise for less, Mike.
You could, exactly.
It's crazy pricey.
Well, that's what we did with my money. Absolutely. Yeah, we
Second
didn't.
news story.
My son got a ticket.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, there were a few at work that got some.
I mean, they're doing quite a few concerts out there, and they're in big venues.
Yeah, but the dynamic
doing Heaton Park in Manchester, so that's
and they've done that. That's like a homecoming one, that for them, isn't it?
Yeah.
Have they done that before then? Original, right? I bet they're good.
Yeah.
If it's available to watch on TV at some point, I'll watch it.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe they'll do Glastonbury. Probably not.
It'd be interesting to know how many people on Oasis for that Mickey thing, how many actually tickets and got tickets and got through and got some.
Yeah.
It'd be good to have a follow-up story to that, wouldn't it?
Yeah. It'd be really interesting to know. News story 2.
Okay.
So Norway has now confirmed that it's going to introduce its net zero emission rules on cruise ships.
Yeah.
There's 2 parts to it. The first one's coming in 2026.
Oh, so, okay.
But that's for smaller ships and ferries. I think it's up to like 10,000 kilos or tons or whatever.
Okay.
Relatively small. Probably not 10,000 ton. Because that seems quite big. But the smaller ones. But that's really soon. That's like 18 months away.
Yeah, it's not really.
But the bigger ones, which affects all the cruise ships, is 2032, which seems further away. But it's only 8 years. And by that point, the ships have got to be able to plug in when they go into the ports. And certain ports that are in the heritage site, they're not going to allow them unless they're zero emissions ones.
Okay.
So how ships like, for instance, QM2,
that's not going.
Is going to cope into there, because the fjords on Cunard, we did it. It's an iconic cruise for that particular line. And it'll be interesting to see what happens on that. But those those ports do rely on tourism.
Yeah.
So, but the cruise lines, despite all the grief that they get, and we all collectively saw it firsthand when we were going into Amsterdam.
Yeah.
The cruise lines are trying to push forward. We're doing better. I think they're doing better than the airline.
Yeah.
So hopefully they can continue to work it. And
So will the LNG ship go into that category?
Apparently not. Only if they can plug in, Mike.
Yeah.
So they will qualify as long as they can plug in when they get into the dock. They can't run on their own generators when they're in there, which is fair enough, because I've seen some of the older ships when they're in there and you're in these stunning ports and you can just see this plumes of smoke coming off the top of the older ones. And
it doesn't sit comfortably with me when you see that, really.
No, it doesn't. And you must have seen it in Liverpool as well when they pulled up in City.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
It's not necessarily what you want to see. And Liverpool, by comparison to the fjords, is a proper big city as opposed to a little port. So I get why they're doing it.
It'll all come down to numbers, won't it, and economics. If these cruise lines, if the fjords element of what their business isn't generating the cash, enough cash to reinvest into the new regulations.
Yeah,
you might find some will just fall by the wayside. It's a shame.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Final news story. And this is Royal Caribbean again. They're getting twice this week. No Virgin, no Princess in our news.
Okay.
I'm sure they'll be back to normal next week. They've now confirmed that they have ordered their 4th Icon ship.
Wowzers.
Along with, that's at the Finnish shipyard, I think it's Meyer Turku, something like that.
Yeah.
And they've also put options on a 5th and a 6th one.
Good grief.
And the new ones are now going to launch in 2025 with Star.
Yeah.
I do find it weird that we've got Star Princess and Star of the Seas.
Yeah.
Surely one of you could have come up with a different name. It's just going to confuse us all next year.
However, look out for 5-star reuniting, because you're going to be able to book your tickets.
Oh, yeah, we'll better get 5-star tickets.
Systematic.
Yeah. Oh, we're in for that. And then we've got new ones launching 2026 and 2027 now with the 4th one. And then presumably, if they're still going as well as they are, 2028 and 2029. What do you guys think about Icon? Is that, because obviously that's the only one that's out at the moment, the Icon class. Is it something you fancy doing? Is it just too big?
I think it's just a little bit. We've been on Symphony, and I think that's really...
Yeah.
We love Symphony, but I think that it's all the family stuff that when you see the top decks and stuff.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're obviously filling them and making the money, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're making the money.
To be all
Right, the prices on
Oh my goodness, I know.
Oh, the price on Icon's absolutely
ridiculous.
Absolutely insane now. I mean, you would hope by the time they get the 4th ship out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just, you shouldn't be able to go on Regent cheaper than Royal.
Yeah. It doesn't make any sense. If you'd have said to me 6 or 7 years ago when our kids were like teenagers, we'd have been all over this class of ship, and we really enjoyed Symphony, didn't we?
Yeah.
But now I've just got no desire to go on it.
No.
On anything. No.
We know the family ones who've been on it have loved it.
Yeah.
And so it's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not necessarily sure it's for us, which is weird because Oasis is still one of my favourite ships.
You love Oasis, yeah.
Yeah. I think it's moved on to another level, hasn't it? The whole, all the bright colours everywhere. I don't know.
No, it's very,
but I'm sure at some point one of us will try it.
Yeah.
And then we can tell everyone else what we think on it. But it'd be nice for them to sort of get. I know we've got Independence coming over here next year because we've got our group cruise on it. It'd be nice to get an Oasis class ship or something like Symphony or Wonder, Harmony, one of the bigger ones over going out of the UK.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I don't expect we'll get an Icon class anytime soon.
No.
But maybe we get an Oasis one sort of going forward.
Well, suppose it's a good sign of how healthy the cruise industry is, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah.
It's good news, really. That.
Well, it is. You look where we were 4 years ago. And it's will we have a cruise industry ever again? And we've now got a cruise industry that's probably more buoyant than it's ever been pre-pandemic.
Yeah.
It came back far stronger than I think anyone expected. which is fantastic if you love cruising.
Yeah.
There's never been a better time to cruise, albeit it's getting more expensive.
Very expensive.
Yeah.
Well, that brings us to...
holidays to
I know.
I know.
you've got
I
to live,
know.
yeah, and you're like, oh, I'll have to wait till next year.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you have to work, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is. Well, that brings us to the end of the cruise cast.
Well, cheers, darling.
Oh, you nearly lost your glass there. That would have been a tragedy. Cheers, Gail and Mike.
Gail Mike, thank you.
Thank you for joining us today.
Catch up again.
Fantastic.
You
See you. And we'll play out with the music.
Thank you.